Our next person, Tina Miller, is a yoga teacher, Reiki Master, social entrepreneur, Chief Positivity Officer, and CEO of the Infinite Love Project, and the Executive Director of Action for Kindness. You've seen signs all over Maryland, be kind. That's them. And helping others connect with the earth, breathe movement, and higher frequencies for well-being. Please welcome Tina Miller as she talks about Sick Clothing Frequency, a revolution in fashion.
Hi, friends. We all know the phrase, you are what you eat, right? But what if I told you, you also are what you wear? See, everything, our emotions, our body, and even our clothes vibrate. The human body vibrates at about 62 to 78 megahertz. So what you say, think, hear, do, eat, and wear raises or lowers your energy. It affects your vibration. Now here's a sad fact. 70% of clothes today are made of plastic, nylon, acrylic, polyester, chemically cooked and vibrationally dead, 0 to 15 megahertz dead. Slang for cool clothes is sick outfit, but some clothes are literally making us sick. Their low vibrations are smothering us. Natural fibers, however, linen, hemp, organic cotton, they breathe. They vibrate higher. They feel like a therapeutic sigh. Cotton vibrates at about 100 megahertz, linen at about 5,000. And ancient civilizations knew this. Clothing wasn't just for covering, it was ceremony. The Egyptians wore and still wore linen to purify. Vedic texts describe cloth as an aura extension. Think of clothing as ancient tech. Made right, it's not just fashion. It's healing architecture and helps to raise our vibration. So I might date myself a little bit here. Back in the 1960s, my mom sewed our clothes out of cotton. Yeah, we matched. It was fun. Back then, food was organic and wholesome, and so were the fabrics that my mom used. Then, in the 1970s and 80s, plastic began infiltrating the fashion industry, providing cheaper alternatives. And in the 1990s, e-commerce and cheap, fast fashion took off. But it's time for a revolution. Over the years, as I was becoming a yoga teacher and Reiki Master, sound healer, I was tuning in, and I realized the body knows. The fabric you're wearing either amplifies or mutes your vibration. So as Laura said, listen close and pay attention to your body. Linen says, I breathe with you. Polyester says, I cling like a bag and zap your energy. So when was the last time you checked the label for the ingredients on your clothes the same way you do for your food? Truth is, I still own those deceptively soft and tuck and firm type clothes, but the low vibe does not support my soul or our frequency. So I'm letting go of the low frequency fabrics. Not because I have to, but because I can feel the difference. I want to dress for alignment. What we put on our bodies is just as important as what we put in them. And it's as important as how much and how often we move. So let's reset. Wiggle your hands. Come on, is this participation? Wiggle your hands, shake them together. Now get them close together and you feel the vibration. You've raised your frequency in just 10 seconds. Good job. Einstein said, everything is energy and that's all there is to it. Matching the frequency you want is the goal. And that includes aligning the clothes draped over your shoulders right now. It's quantum physics meets ancient knowing. Your outfit either helps you raise your frequency or blocks your aura's language and drags down your frequency. As designer and activist, Eileen Fisher says, fashion must respect the body and the planet. Every thread is a choice. Each outfit should be intentional, but wear what feels like light, what makes you alive, what helps you breathe. So as we stated before, the New Age talk is that sick has two meanings. Yeah, Clothing's really sick. So let's make it so that it's the sick we choose that elevates us. Let's make it cool and awesome, but also mean that we're being conscious about our vibration and taking care of ourselves. So this revolution is woven in every stitch and every decision you make. If you would like to scan the QR code, let's pay attention to what we put on our bodies. Let's dress like we care about ourselves and the planet, and help us launch a new brand. Thank you.
Hey, you totally learned me. I had no idea that our clothing had frequency. So this whole thing, did everybody feel that? Could you feel the energy in your hands when you did it? So what you're saying is that at the next board meeting, if I'm feeling a little down, I can just take my pants off and whip them over my head and the frequency will change? Awesome. Everybody on the board, you have that to look forward to. It's just